dropped out of high school at 16 years old. There's no way in hell I should be successful. I shouldn't be a multi-millionaire. I shouldn't have multiple companies.
I'm honored to have the great Brad Lea here.
Man name Brad Lea.
Mr. Brad Lea. You have to change your beliefs in order to change your actions. You need to walk into the room like you own the bitch. You need to roll out like you sold it.
Hey everybody, this is Sean V. Bradley, President of Dealer Synergy. I'm here with Brad Lea of LightSpeed VT and Dropping Bombs. What's up, my brother?
How you doing?
Well, listen, very successful keynote. So you just opened up Digital Dealer.
Are you ready? I was born ready.
All right, make some noise for Mr. Brad Lea, please. Kind of go through, have you ever opened up Digital Dealer before? Have you
No.
been here? Okay, so what do you think about the event, to your knowledge, about like what it's for and why it's important for dealers to go to Digital Dealer?
Well, more than likely to learn and leverage the latest and greatest digital trends that are out there.
100%. Like, it's like, to me, it's like a mini NADA. You know what I mean? The NADA's got every aspect, all the profit centers, but Digital Dealer focuses on the digital aspect of the business, which is internet sales, BDC, technology, CRM, AI, things like that. With our focus for our keynote today was about sales and developing dealerships. You spoke about training. Can you just give a synopsis of what your thoughts are as the current state of the industry is?
Well, I think people believe that they're training people, and it's coming across a little bit diluted, ineffective, because they don't have training systems. They have, you know, a library of videos or a bunch of DVDs on the shelf, or experienced guys regurgitating information without any repetition, practice, or accountability. Ultimately, I think the latest and greatest of the technology that's out there needs to be leveraged to train effectively so they can get that needle to move.
What's interesting is with you and Lightspeed, some of your clients that are on the VT platform are like Tony Robbins or Grant Cardone, or even in our industry, whether it's Joe Verdi or Andy Elliott, myself, you have a tremendous amount of trainers that's on your platform that have literally millions of users. You said something that really piqued my interest, and I want to ask it here. You have data. You have data about these users. You said something, and I want you to flesh it out, that the most successful dealers are the ones that train. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, just like the most successful teams, military, anybody in the world that's really high level is putting a lot of effort and time into training and developing people. So when you look at the data across all the dealership platforms, it's ironic that you see the top dealerships that literally are their market leader, they're using the system more than someone that's not. So there's people are way down on the list trying to get better, but they're not developing their people. The top dealers train the most. The top salespeople are training the most. It's just like, you know, training and success go hand in hand.
You kept on hitting, and I'm not sure if the audience really got it. You said system. Instead of just having videos, a library of, you know, whether they're DVDs or their library of other YouTube channels, there's a difference of having a training system versus just content. Can you explain?
Well, a system, like take a franchise, for example. You're buying a franchise because they have all the systems and processes down, and they're effective, which is your goal, make money. So a system would imply that you have a way to do it. And a lot of these dealerships, they don't have a system, okay? They have videos or they have weekly meetings, but they don't have a system. So a system has, you know, leaderboards, gamification, it's got accountability, notifications, tracking, whether people learn or don't learn, testing. It's got resources, file vaults, forums, documents, like almost like a culture. It's a portal to develop people. It's a system. It's not just a library of videos. The video itself, the information that needs to be delivered, always changes. So the video itself doesn't train people. It's the repetition, practice, and accountability that does.
I got to tell you, I love having Brad and Amanda on the LightSpeed platform. We've got tens of thousands of users over the years, and what I like about it, to your point, it's not just YouTube. People go to YouTube for free, but dealers could put their content, whether their word tracks, their templates, their scripts, their objections or rebuttals, their needs analysis forms could be into the file vault. Depending on the platform size, like ours, we have a large amount of content. You could have favorites like a playlist. But what I like about it the most is the transparency. As a manager, I could say to my team, hey, go watch Brad Lea Sales Certification Level 1. And if they go and binge watch it, I have the ability to see if they're actually paying attention. For example, if they watched and consumed 40 modules, but they only passed 5 or 6 modules, then they're not really taking it seriously. They're just watching it and guessing the questions at the end. Can you talk about like the watchdog reports or the accountability? You were a general manager at a major dealership in Las Vegas before you were a national trainer and consultant. How can a manager leverage the technology to inspect what they expect?
Well, because the system's going to be measuring comprehension. Comprehension is more important than action. So you can watch a video and not understand it. You can watch a video and play on your phone. With a training system, the content is delivered in such a way and then followed up with practice and role play to make sure that they fully understand. So if someone can get through a module, they've fully understood it, because the way the system's designed is if they don't understand, it continues to give the repetition until they do. So again, at the end of the day, time management is what's most important in a salesperson's life. There's major time and there's minor time. You heard that?
Yes.
Major time should be in front of a customer. Minor time should be getting in front of a customer. Most salespeople are overwhelmed and confused on the minor time activities. Not less important, but minor time should be spent getting in front of a customer, and major time should be spent in front of a customer. The problem, because of lack of training or a lack of effective training, is people don't understand time management as well. So they're spending minor time on major things and major time on minor things.
That's crazy. That's well said, my friend. One of the things that we didn't get a chance to talk about on stage, I don't know if it was relevant or not, is what I love about all of those different features you talked about for VT, for LightSpeed VT, and Brad Lea, is that we use the Fire phone system, or we use the simulator. Instead of just training modules, you have technology that is to simulate an inbound or outbound call. Here's the question. With AI, and all of the technology evolving, you've got an amazing tech team, with you at LightSpeed VT. What is the future of virtual training? What is the future of training? Does it have a component of AI, or what is?
100%.
Can you share any of that?
Well, I mean, everything that you've said in videos can be fed into a language model and just have more almost query of the information. So how do I handle this? AI could search all of the content in seconds and spit it out. I see in the future where you're going to give someone an earpiece and it'll hear what the customer's saying and how they're objecting, and it'll automatically, in my ear, tell me exactly how to answer it based on all of the sales experts, to where literally AI is going to drive that. Mostly it's going to be really quick thinking. I mean, I'm one of the people out there that do not believe that AI is better than AI. What I mean by that is AI is artificial intelligence. I still believe actual intelligence is better. Who made AI? Actual intelligence made artificial intelligence. So as it progresses, we just keep embedding it into the system to where I can press a button and have my whole curriculum created in a second. I can press a button and create custom thumbnails and graphics just right in the system. So course creators and subject matter experts that aren't really good at creating those things, AI will do it for them. All I need is the expert. So you give me the guy that sells 25, 30 cars, or the girl that sells all the cars. I can give them tools now to basically take what's in their head, their methods, their beliefs, their habits. Because when it boils down to it, it's mindset, skill set, habits. If they can just focus on the mindset, then the skill set, then the habits, if you can get those three down, everyone at your dealership, the Pareto principle will reverse. Instead of getting 80% out of 20%, it's going to reverse. It's going to make it to where you have more than just 20% of your people doing the work. Because the reason those 80% aren't, and why that principle holds true, is I believe because these people don't know or do what these are doing. So if we can figure out what they're doing and what they know, and we can effectively train the rest, you're going to see the needle move, and you're going to see, sales teams with 80% of the staff is badass and only 20% is average. And right now it's the opposite.
Well, I have a personal question as a client of VT. So one of the reasons why I have 9,000 training modules on Brad Lea Man is because I wrote the Win the Game of Googleopoly, and I was just blown away with Larry Page when I started Google of the simplicity of how to allow people to find exactly what they're looking for. So my thought with Brad Lea Man was I'm going to create all this virtual content, these video modules, because if somebody goes to the search feature and types in price or objections, rebuttals, there'll be this whole list. Is there going to be a way that with LightSpeed VT that it's going to be able to read or download all my 9,000 videos of Sean Bradley, and then they'll be able to search in and say, how do you handle, I'm just looking, and then it would just give you or serve you the right content?
100%.
How far away are we from that?
Well, I mean, you can do it now. It just takes a little bit of pre-thought because it doesn't necessarily know what the videos are saying. So now that we've embedded AI, it knows what the videos are saying. It can convert it to text. It can download it out. It can do all kinds of things. It can do that now. The search feature has already been AI enhanced.
That's crazy. And when you said what you said before, I was thinking of those Google translators. You know how when you go to Japan, in real time, you could just talk to somebody, and when they talk to you in Japanese, it automatically, in your eyeglasses or whatever it is, the earpiece, it'll translate in real time the conversation. So I see your vision about the real time AI response and direction. That's going to be crazy. For example, we have this new 300-person call center in Belize. I think I told you about that. So we're training all those people with VT, and as we're ramping them up, I would love to be able, from New Jersey, from the United States, to be able to have like a direct connection to these agents in Belize and empower them with the most advanced cutting-edge information on how to handle each and every situation. All right, what's next for LightSpeed VT? What's the next evolution in the technology?
Well, just again, AI-driven mainly.
Is there like a
also
big feature?
augmented reality, where the glasses and the whatnot. It doesn't apply to every industry or occupation, but whether there's safety involved or role playing involved, you can throw on glasses, and I can have a customer just walk up and start throwing you all kinds of objections that you have to.
That's crazy.
Practice, technically, is what you're doing. Practice and proving that you know how to handle an objection. Because again, I mean, why would you let your people practice on real customers?
I ask that question all the time.
Especially at $250 a lead. You pay $250 to get someone in the door. I don't want those guys practiced on. This isn't Little League. Everyone doesn't get to bat. I want my heavy hitters taking the customers, and it's hard to determine who really knows what unless you have a system that can measure comprehension.
All right, my final question is, you went from having a little to having a lot. What advice do you have just in general, and you could break it down on a sales level, management level, an owner level, entrepreneur level? Just give us your Brad Lea bottom line, the keys to success. I know that's a loaded question, but everybody asks somebody at your level, what advice do you have?
Well, I would say it's not a key, so stop looking for a key. It's a combination. And everyone has their own. I think you need to figure out exactly what your idea of success looks like. And then it's very simple. Find someone who's already done it, do what they did, 9 times out of 10, you'll get what they got. Salespeople, they need to start acting as entrepreneurs. All you need is a job at these dealerships, and you get instant inventory. The dealer didn't get free inventory. The dealer doesn't get anything free. So you're literally in a better position than the dealer if you treat it like it's your company. Those are your cars. That is your dealership. Those are your service advisors. And ultimately treat it like a business. Because a lot of these salesmen, they just think they have a job and they're told to go out and talk to people, and then they go out and talk to people, and they don't understand, if you do this right, this is a career. This is an opportunity. So I would tell the salespeople to treat it like a business. Grow your business. I hear excuses all the time from salespeople. Well, I got to spend all this time trying to get customers and following up and all this. Well, no one said you couldn't hire somebody. I know the best salespeople in any industry that I know, they've all got people working for them within a company. And the company's not paying them, they are. So like virtual assistants, leverage virtual assistants to do your follow-up and set appointments and run through the data and crunch the data and reach out on LinkedIn. You could pay $100 a week to have someone literally full-time reaching out on LinkedIn. Hey, I'd love to earn your business when you're ready for a new vehicle, or whatever the case may be. But leverage people and technology, treat it like a business, and you'll be a rock star. And then you can write your own ticket, because every dealer in the country, knowing full well that you could drive business to their dealership and enhance the customer experience, you could write your own ticket. You have a job wherever you go, anytime you want one.
Well, Brad, I want to thank you so much for being part of the keynote here at Digital Dealer and taking the time to do this post interview. I appreciate it, man. I look forward to seeing the evolution of LightSpeed VT and seeing you keep climbing.
Well, thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. We out.
Listen, if you don't have access to Brad Lea On Demand, you're missing out on crucial information. The top automotive groups like Koons, Lithia, and Norm Reeves have all used Brad Lea On Demand to train their teams. And guess what? The world's #1 car salesman, Cody Carter, shares his exclusive strategies right here. You want his secrets? You gotta have Brad Lea On Demand. Stop waiting and start winning. Dominate your market. Click the link and get access now.